Well, hello everybody, and welcome to New Taipei City. We are in Chinese Taipei and getting ready for Game 3 of the SBL Finals. You see the refereeing crew for today's game lining up and getting ready to make the big calls, just as they have done so far in Games 1 and 2. So it's a big honor for them to be able to be out here for these finals. And you always they say the less you talk about the referees, the better. But I have to say, overall, these guys are getting out there and doing a very good job. So anyway, we're excited to see them. We're going to be excited to see the players as well. And remember, because Taiwan Beer had the best record for the first half of the season and the second half of the season, they were awarded a win in these finals before they even started. So Yulon, who actually won Game 1 and 2, have a 2-1 lead coming into this contest. So Taiwan Beer is certainly looking for much better, and they did actually go up by as many as 11 points yesterday, and it looked like they were going to really start to pull away, but instead of stepping on the accelerator, it was Yulon who actually battled their way back into the game, getting terrific contributions from a whole cast of characters. You know, you talk about Marcus Keene, you expect him to put the ball in the basket, which he did a lot. They also had great play from Cho Po-shin, Hu Kai-sing, Lu Chin-u, Chin Hao, also known as Douglas Creighton. Of course, Cho, Lu, and Chin Hao all play for Chinese Taipei, the national team. Li Tae-wei, Le Guan Liang, Sim Buller really came out and made an impact on both ends of the floor. The big Canada center, 7-footer with swatting shots, grabbing rebounds, and even throwing down a couple of two-handed rim-rocking dunks. He was terrific. Lin Yi-wei, Lu Chi, and Guo Chao Nan also playing big minutes for Coach Lee T.E. So overall, a great win for Yulon. I think most people expected Taiwan Beer to come in and to win this finals, but they've got some work to do. And fortunately for them, they've got the experienced hand of Coach Cho Jun-san, the former Chinese national team coach. And he's got a lot of talent at his disposal, but they were not able to gel, especially offensively, in the key moments of games 1 and 2. Kentrell Barkley from Durham, North Carolina, plays in this team. Gang Wangji, Huang Sung-han of the national team, also another national team guard, Chang Wu-an, who had 16 points yesterday. He wears number 14, so keep an eye on him. He had 16 points in the first half alone yesterday, but cooled off in the second half. Fan Shu-un Cho Po-shun of the national team of Chinese Taipei. Huang Hong-han of the national team, number 22. They've also got Zhou Yi-zong, Wang Hao-ji, Igor Zaitsev, their Ukraine international, who is a big factor for them, especially offensively. Zaitsev came out and contributed on both ends of the floor, but wasn't quite as impactful once Sim Buller really got himself into the basketball game. So that'll be an interesting challenge. Those two actually had a flashpoint in the contest near the midpoint when Zaitsev was grabbing the jersey of Buller after he was called for a foul, and Buller took exception to it. But the referee separated them. Huang Jin of the national team wears number 0 for Taiwan Beer. And Su Bo Chan, number 91, a very big factor indeed as well yesterday for Taiwan Beer. And there's one other player that we need to mention. It was Chen for number 89 that plays for Yulon, came out, and Chen Chao Hao, for Taiwan Beer, and made a very good contribution offensively. And as you look at Kentrell Barkley going through the warm-ups, making sure, helping the local TV crew have got everything set for today's game. And we are again almost ready for tip-off here in the SBL Finals, Game 3. Remember, even though it's a Game 3, the lead for Yulon in this series is 2-1 since Taiwan Beer were awarded a victory coming into the SBL Finals by virtue of their strong regular season. So see Simbular taking the shots there at the free throw line, and today it'll be Yulon wearing the dark uniforms and the navy, and now the local commentators here bringing the action to the fans who unfortunately aren't able to come into the arena here in New Taipei City, and the reason why is the coronavirus pandemic. It's for health reasons, and you can see the journalists and other workers that have come in have to wear masks. So you can see the situation there, and that blue Yulon winning both of those opening two games. But again, Taiwan Beer awarded a victory up on the top left because of their strong regular season. So we'll have today's game, and then we'll definitely have Sunday's game. And then if needed, we will have games 5 and 6. And my hope is that we'll have both of those games for obvious reasons. It's fun to be able to bring you this basketball action. So keep an eye on those. That's local time starts, 5 o'clock. If you're, for example, in Central Europe, it's right around now, 11 o'clock in the morning. So we, again, are very excited to have some live basketball. The coronavirus pandemic, unfortunately, has shut down sports and disrupted life around the world, but forcing perhaps a lot of us to kind of do some things that we don't want to do, staying indoors mainly, but also maybe do a lot of thinking about what's important in life. And we do know that basketball is very important to us, so this is why we're really happy to be able to bring you some live action. Kentrell Barkley from Durham, North Carolina, warming up, and he played at East Carolina. There is the coach, Cho Jun-san, of Chinese, the former Chinese Taipei coach. He is now the coach of Taiwan Beer, and of course, Cho played himself, and he was a national team star, so he has a pedigree, and he will be under a little bit of pressure today, knowing that his team had the best record and the best performances throughout the regular season, and he'll be looking to turn that thing around starting today. But they've had a couple of chances already, a couple of bites at the cherry, and they have not been able to solve this Yulon team, and that's all credit to Yulon and their coach, Lee T.E., also a former player. But you know what? A series is a series for a reason. It's not over until it's over, and there's still plenty of time for this Taiwan Beer team to turn things around and coach Cho Jun-san. But needless to say, they do not want their opponents, Yulon, to get to within one win of winning the final. They want to come out and get the win today and effectively even this series at 2 games apiece. So see the 2020 SBL Finals. We're just minutes away from the start of Game 3. And just a little bit of history. Going back, this competition started back in the 2003-2004 season. It was Yulon, in fact, who won that opening campaign. They won that opening title, and they went on to win the next 2 titles as well. So Yulon has a famous history getting that three-peat. But then Taiwan Beer entered the picture. Of course, they made the finals in one of those opening seasons, and then they won it in years 4 and 5 themselves, and have also won other titles since. So a couple of iconic, famous clubs in Chinese Taipei, getting ready to trade blows. And for Yulon, you have to say that they will not be pressing the panic button if they fall behind, because they fell behind yesterday by double digits, but still came back to win. And Lee T.E. had to be happy with how his team responded. You could see the emotion of the players when they knew in the final seconds they were going to get the win. And Lee T.E. has been around long enough to know there is a lot of work to do. Adjustments will be made. It's like a chess match. So far, he's made all the right moves, and ultimately it comes down to the players executing the game plan. And when you have great guard play like Lee T.E.'s team has had, and don't forget, as well as Marcus Keene played yesterday, number 72, Liu Chi came in and was outstanding in that fourth quarter, made some big plays for Yulon and helped them get over. So that backcourt was really, really good yesterday for both teams, especially Taiwan Beer in that first half with Chung scoring the 16 points. And you can see the shooting numbers. They were very good at the end of the first half. They dropped a little bit, and Taiwan Beer, their struggles offensively ultimately cost them in this game, in the second game that was played yesterday. Now, Yulon, again, I'm going to keep reminding you of this because if you're just tuning in and you don't know, Taiwan Beer, despite not having won a game in the finals, they are credited with a win by virtue of their strong regular season when they finished first. So they are trailing in the finals 2-1. Kentrell Barkley had a decent game yesterday, and perhaps will be looking to do even better today. Igor Zaitsev had a strong start, but again, once Sim Bular entered the game in that second quarter, life became a lot harder for him and for the rest of the Taiwan Beer team. So just going over some of the numbers from yesterday, Taiwan Beer actually began the game leading 24-19 at the end of the quarter, and they stretched it to 11 points. But then Yulon battled back. Yulon LUXGEN battled back, outscored Taiwan Beer 29-21, and got a three-pointer right before the end from Ching Hao, a.k.a. Douglas Creighton, to go to the halftime break with a three-point lead. And it looked like they were going to start to pull away, only for Taiwan Beer to battle back in the third quarter. Taiwan Beer, nevertheless, they won that third quarter 21-19 to pull within one going into that fourth quarter. And then over that final 10 minutes, remember, with Lu Chi coming in and doing a great job as the backup point guard for Yulon Express, things changed. Yulon were able to get the win. And then once Keen came back in, he landed the deciding blows for that team. Keen finished with 26 points. Jing Hao, a.k.a. Doug Creighton, had 15 points, 10 points for Lu. Ching Wu, and 13 points for Lin Yi Wei. And Sim Bular ended up scoring 11 points and had a whole host of rebounds and some block shots to go along with that. So players huddling up here right before the start of Game 3. And you get a look at Lu Chin Wu. Again, no fans allowed because of the health concerns during the coronavirus pandemic. But fortunately, all these players have been cleared health-wise to come out and play. And we are very, very happy to have you with us here for this SBL finals between Yulon and Taiwan Beer. There's Zaitsev, number 32, the Ukraine international. And that was Cho Po Chin, number 8 of, again, one of the many national team players of Chinese Taipei. And that just goes to show how many good players are in this finals. A lot of Chinese national team players. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to New Taipei City. It's the SBL Finals here in Chinese Taipei. It's Yulon, LUXGEN Yulon wearing the dark uniforms, the blue, and it's Taiwan Beer in the white. And Keen comes right out and picks up where he left off yesterday, drilling a three-pointer. Remember, during his days at Central Michigan, following his transfer from Youngstown State in America, he had a huge season, averaging 30 points a game. And that was a led all scores. Igor Zaitsev immediately puts the ball on the deck and gets to the basket. I'm sure Mike Fratello, if he's watching that, will afford himself a wry smile. Former Ukraine national team coach. Now Marcus Keene dribbling around. A little one-man show comes out, puts it up too hard off the glass. Now Kentrell Barkley pushes it quickly, passes it back outside. And now the dump down low and comes back to Chang. Oh, what a spin! And Chang puts it up and in. He got to the baseline and just spun his way to the basket. Now Keene throws it down low. Driving was Lin. And Hu puts it up and gets it to go. So Yulon back in front with Hu Ka-xiang's mid-range jump shot. Kentrell Barkley tried to dump it. Yulon were ready. And now Liu in the open floor. Back outside to Keene. He gets it over to Liu. Good ball movement, left wide open, and the jump shot is good. I think that was a three-pointer. Was indeed. So a couple of threes already have fallen for Yulon in this contest. Now Chang tries to get it to Zaitsev. Ends up putting it up himself. Offensive rebound and good position and getting it down low was Cho Po Shun. Yulon. Bright start, unlike yesterday. Into the paint, now out. That little pump fake, and drifting in was Hu again, his second basket. So bright start for Hu. Igor Zaitsev drifts in and has the pass intercepted. Now Keene crosses midcourt. He puts it on the deck, passes it back outside. And they swing it nicely, and Hu is fouled. Boy, if patience is a virtue, this Yulon team is must be the most virtuous team in this whole SBL because they were very patient passing the ball around. They passed up a couple of shots. That was the Chang little spin on the baseline earlier on, but right now it's Yulon that is getting the better of the exchanges. Liu able to get the inbounds pass to Cho. And now a reach and a foul has been called on Hong Han. Concerned look there for Cho Jun San, the coach of Taiwan Beer. And don't forget, Sin Bular has yet to even enter the game, and that's going to present a whole nother problem with his size and aggression. Now the backcourt violation turns it over to Taiwan Beer. Taiwan Beer trailing 2-1 in the SBL Finals. They had the best record during the regular season. And because of that, they were awarded a victory before the finals started. I guess that's one way to reward a team for good work early on. It's a foreign concept for a lot of people. Barkley misses on the baseline, but Zaitsev there for the offensive rebound and put back. Now Keene over to Liu. He's got the size advantage on Chang. He gets on the baseline and spins and scores. That was a la Dirk Nowitzki, wasn't it? Nice shot by Liu. Now Zaitsev, good footwork, but then has the shot blocked from behind by Cho. Now Keene splits the defense in midcourt. Liu puts it up and hits another three. And Cho Jun San has seen enough over on the Taiwan bench. He has to call a timeout to try to cool off this fast-starting Yulon team, which has already drilled a few three-pointers. Well, Liu has been red hot, and So we have Yulon Express. So the timeout has been called, and the players down meeting with the coaches. It's Yulon. Remember, they have got all the momentum right now, having won both games that have actually been played in the SBL finals. But Taiwan Beer, again, by virtue of that strong regular season, have already got a win before the finals even started. They were awarded a win. So it is 2-1. Now the score is 14-8. Yulon on top. And how hot have Yulon? How hot have they been? Well, just look at the three-point shooting, and they have been on fire so far. 66.7%. So there were one of those, I think it may have been the lose shot that they took away as the three-pointer. Here's Zaitsev coming back to live action, and he misses down low. Well, he doesn't want to force things, Zaitsev. If he's patient and passes it around, might get a better look. Keene pulls up, and Kentrell Barkley rebounds the miss. The big fella crosses midcourt, hands it off. Good job by Barkley getting it down low and dumping it to his teammate, who was so good yesterday, Chen, coming off the bench. Huang, number 0, also has checked into the game. Midway through the first quarter, Yulon up by 4 points. Now spinning, turning, shooting is Who's got 6 points. He has started like a house on fire for Yulon today. Huang picked up the dribble, gets it over to Chang. Shot clock down to 7. Chang gets into the painted area now, dumps it down low. Kentrell Barkley there for the offensive rebound and putback. He's playing very well, folks. Kentrell Barkley. I thought yesterday perhaps deferred a little bit too much. Today, he's patient and he's in the places that he needs to be. He's pushing it when he needs to push the ball up the floor. It's Yulon leading it by 4 points. And boy, talking about hot shooting, this team is not missing right now. This time it was Lin Yi Wei showing his nice stroke to take it up to a 7-point advantage. Beautiful drive down the middle is Huang. He loves the backboard. Doesn't matter if it's the layup or the jump shots. He likes to use the glass. Keene gets it over to Liu. Gets it back from Liu now. Organizes his players. And Lin again, this time, wow, Zaitsev, short rebound, had an easy one. It cost his team 3 points. Zaitsev not able to rebound the miss, and Keene was left wide open. So back to an 8-point advantage. Barkley, good find. That's what I'm talking about right there. Barkley is pulling the strings, and again, it was Chen with the basket, number 89. Chen Chow Hao, 4 quick points coming off the bench for him. Keene fouled a long way from the basket, and you saw Keene then kind of push Chang, and Chang said, "Why are you pushing me?" And then Keene apologized. That was Barkley. It was a tough finish. But again, the failure to get that offensive or that defensive rebound by Zaitsev on their previous trip down the floor for Yulon, well, that cost him 3 points. Another 3, and Lin is red hot off the bench, folks. 3 points for him, and the lead now has ballooned to 25-16. Foul called. They're absolutely scintillating shooting the basketball right now. %, inside the arc. In fact, I'm going to update that for you. Here's another look at that play. Zaitsev. Offensive foul was called. Frustration for Zaitsev and his team in a 25-16 hole here. And again, Lin looking, they're just confident on this end of the floor. It's a glaring difference. Liu wide open, misses. No rebound, however, by Huang. I tell you, you get second and third bites at the cherry, you're not going to keep missing all of these opportunities, and that's what happens. So it's been a big part of the game so far for Yulon. Usually they're scoring when they shoot, and when they don't, they're getting the offensive rebound. Zaitsev takes a seat. Lin has been terrific since entering the contest. Takes his time and makes the free throw. Well, they're shooting 62.5% from inside the arc, and 5 of 6 from three-point range right now are Yulon. So they are red hot to start this game, 27-16. However, the three-pointer is good from Kentrell Barkley, easily the best player on the floor right now for Taiwan Beer. Lin puts it up, and this time the rebound was there. Look at Barkley, shaking and baking. Oh, he goes behind his back. Now he passes to the corner. Huang drills a three. And it all started with Kentrell Barkley's magic, bringing the basketball up the hardwood. We saw a little shimmy. We saw him dribble behind the back, and then we saw him share the basketball to his teammate who was in the corner. Keane pulls in and calmly sinks it. That's what you call a run buster right there. Keane just almost automatic once he gets in the flow. 29-22 is the lead. And a bad miss from Huang. Now the pass intercepted, and sloppy play from both sides. And again, an easy miss, and it looked like Liu might have had a steal, but he is called for a foul on Gang Wangji. 29-22. Liu almost coming up with a steal and having a chance to get an easy one, but Gang went down like a sack of wheat and was able to get the foul called on Liu. Final 20 seconds of the first quarter, and Taiwan Beer will probably try to take most of the time off the clock. Kentrell Barkley comes up, takes it, looks at his options, passes out to the corner to Gang, who drives in. They're going to have to launch it. Huang does. It's good! Excellent execution. The three-pointer, and that makes it 29-25, and that'll put a little extra bounce in the step of those Taiwan Beer players as they run back over to the court. Again, it's worth repeating, easily the best player on the floor for Taiwan Beer in that first quarter was Kentrell Barkley, and that is good news because they need a big performance from him today. They trail 29-25 at the end of one. Well, Barkley's got himself 5 points. He's hit a 3, and he has been a pretty tough customer, and they've needed everything that he's been able to provide so far. He's also got 3 assists, just 1 turnover. For Yulon, meanwhile, the usual cast of characters coming up and playing good basketball, including the likes of Keen. So try to get those numbers. Perhaps a surprising 8 points, and Lou has got himself 5 points. 8 points as well for Lin. And that accounts for all of the scoring for Yulon. And for Taiwan Beer, 8 points for Huang, who had that late 3-pointer there. 5 points for Barkley, 4-piece for Zaitsev and Chen Chaozhao. We haven't seen Doug Creighton yet, or Chen Hao, or Sim Bular, but I'm guessing we'll see them sooner. Yeah, so Doug Creighton and Sim Bular now checked into the game. Sim Bular wears number 35. You can't miss him in the paint. Just got his hand on that pass. Huang. Looked like he might have gone up and down. Nothing was called, and now it's going the other direction. And right off the bench, Chen Hao, Doug Creighton misses from the 3-point range. Gang gets it to the free throw line. Chen misses. Bular with his first rebound. Gets it over to Keen. Pushes it quickly over to Chen Hao. And a foul has been called. So the foul, I believe, on Chen for the reach. Gang goes out of the game. Now Bular and Zaitsev, keep an eye on this one. Sim Bular turns, passes. Chen Hao misses now, this time from close range. So cold start for him. And Huang Sung Han, number 11, into the game. Pushes it quickly. Zaitsev passes up the jumper, takes it in a little bit closer. And Bular, with those long arms and big hands, pulls down the rebound. Keen drives in, goes off 1 foot, misses. Zaitsev with the rebound. Neither team has scored here so far in the second quarter. Huang from deep. Zaitsev got a hand on it but didn't bring it in. Keen, the pass up to Lou, who holds it up. And driving down the lane, traveling is the call. So the ball goes back over. The ball goes back over to Taiwan here. Zaitsev goes up and they crash the boards, but it's Yulon, and now the bounce pass to Lou. Oh, beautiful basketball. Great hustle by Lou. And the point guard with the ball in his hands delivered the perfect bounce pass. Keen. Lead goes back to 6 points. Chin, left open, puts it up and rattles out. Zaitsev battles Bular with the basket for the basketball. And the possession arrow goes in favor of Yulon. Look at that bounce pass. So after the pause, now Keene has it for Yulon. He drives in, passes back out. They get it to Creighton. Boy, he's had a tough start. Chin Hao, Doug Creighton turns it over. Zaitsev gets it down low, and Lou called for the block. He thought he was in position, but the call is going against him. So Lou goes out of the game. Chang passes, ends up into the corner to Huang, and Huang hits another three-pointer. Well, that's his second three of the game, and now it's a 3-point deficit for Taiwan Beer, who trail in this best-of-7 series 2-1. Remember, they started with a victory by virtue of having the best record in the regular season. Now the steal, the ball taken away or knocked away from Simbular. Three-pointer here would tie it up. Are they going to launch it? Nope, they're going to pass it up. And no, they are going to launch the three, and it's going to bounce away. Bular with the rebound. Keene spins, gets in the paint, puts it up. Oh, what a finish! What a finish from Marcus Keene! Looked like he did not have enough hang time, but he had great poise and balance. And we saw that yesterday with that big shot in the lane from Keene late in the game. Made a very difficult shot. That was Huang's three-pointer that pulled his team. Look at this. How in the world? He had just enough. Keene's a scoring machine, and now the turnover. Lou has it. Bounce pass to Keene. And that is going to bring another timeout by Taiwan Beer coach Cho Jun-san. Not good at all. The opportunities, you see them there, but they're not cashing in. And when you turn the basketball over, and that leads to points, that is going to set the alarm bells ringing for those fans watching Taiwan Beer back at home, who aren't allowed to be here, obviously, because of the coronavirus. No fans allowed here in New Taipei City in this contest. Well, the action has been fast and furious here in New Taipei City, and right now most of the play, the good play, has been offered by Keene and Yulon. Keene now with 12 points, so he is off and flying once again here in Game 3. 35-28. Huang considers his options, gets it to Zaitsev. Zaitsev makes the pass, but it's knocked away. Now Lou has it, goes in. Good control, but didn't finish. Zaitsev with the rebound. Chang to Zaitsev. Nice handoff. And the basket by Cho Pu-shun. And that cuts that deficit back to 5 points. Lin back in. You got to keep an eye on him. And you know that if Keen's left open, usually he's going to make it, so they dodge the bullet, but then Simbular with the offensive rebound and putback. How in the world do you account for that? It's very difficult to box him out. He was able to get the basketball up and in and take it back to a 7-point lead, the Canadian Simbular. Cho misses from the free throw line, the edge of the free throw line. So difficult moments here for the Taiwan beer team. Simbular went up. And that illustrates why, if possible, for the big fella, you want to keep it up, because he had the ball down low. Zaitsev collected the assist on that play, but watch Bular here. He's got it down low, because he goes down low. Oh, no, that was his basket, sorry. He was able to score. So the ball actually turns over and goes over to Taiwan Beer, who trailed 37-30. Just past the midpoint of the second quarter. Turning and shooting in the lane was Wang. So nice contribution from Wang coming off the bench. Back to a 5-point game. Keen kind of lost his footing. He's able to, no, thought he was going to keep it. The turnover now in the hands of Chang. Will he pull up and shoot a three? No, he's going to hold on to it. He gets it, ends up to his teammate wide open, and the three-pointer is good, and we've got a 2-point game. And it was Huang Sung Han drilling the open three. Great patience by Chang. And I'll tell you what, for a team that has had its share of struggles today, Taiwan Beer trailing by just 2 points, that could bode well for them the rest of this contest. The Yulon have not pulled away. And it all started from the turnover by Keen, who kind of stumbled as he got close to the lane. Kind of looked like his translator was telling Keen what the coach was saying, and Keen was like, "I know what the problem is. I turned it over. I don't need to go over anything. I know what the game plan is. Let's get back out there." So 37-35, Yulon lead it by 12 points. Excuse me, by 2 points. Keen has it. Shot clock down to 10. Another turnover. And it leads to an easy layup by Huang, who ties it up at 37. So some uncharacteristic mistakes from Keen on successive possessions. And Taiwan Beer have been able to battle back and tie it up. Su Bo-chan also in the game now, number 91 guarding Bular. But that ball is thrown right into the hands of Huang, who, thank you very much, just takes it all the way and puts it up and in. Bular catches it down low, misses, but follows it up. So his shooting percentage drops a little with that miss, but he got an offensive rebound. And then scored with the putback. Barkley. Now, three-pointer, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. And a foul was called on Liu. I tell you, Barkley was playing so well, I almost think that Coach Cho Jun-sun might have left him on the bench a little bit too long. But here he is, finishing the last 3.5 minutes of the first half. Barkley spins, gets in the paint, puts it up. Oh, beautiful play by Barkley. He didn't finish. Ball didn't go down. Now Keen spins in the lane, and he is fouled. Good aggressive play by Keen. And an inauspicious start tonight for Chin Hao, a.k.a. Doug Creighton, coming off the bench. But Keen, if he can make these free throws, will push the lead back to 4. He makes the first. And both free throws good, so the lead goes back to 4 points. Barkley finds the opening in the zone, then hands it off. 3-point attempt. He has been hot, hasn't he? Hot as a firecracker. Huang coming off the bench and cuts the deficit back to 1 point. Subo Chan guarding Bular. And Bular fouled as he gets into the lane. Look at the size difference. Sim Bular. What a load. That was Huang's second three-pointer. Chin Hao gets it inside to Bular. His pass deflected out of bounds by Taiwan Beer. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Bular catches it again, further away from the basket than he wants to be, but goes in, takes the jump hook and misses. Now Barkley in the open floor gets rid of the basketball to Chang. And then Chang is fouled by Lin out on the perimeter. (41-40), Yulon leading. But what will happen if Taiwan Beer take the lead, just like Yulon did yesterday, rather, late in the first half, psychologically? Yulon trailed for most of the first half yesterday and then came right back at the end and took the lead. And I think that really helped them confidence-wise at the break. Now a nice dump down low to Bular, who lays it up and in. He gave a little hush signal over to the bench. Bounce pass down low to Barkley again. Beautiful pass, Barkley. Chang has it. And Chang cannot get the drop, but then sneaks in there, takes it away from Simbular. Subo Chan out to Huang, who has been hot, but this time he misses. Barkley with the offensive rebound, goes up, and Bular's imposing frame stops the shot, but then his pass, intended for Keen, goes out of bounds. Well, if he catches the ball that close to the basket, see, he said, hush, over to the bench. Huang back into the game. Here he is, left open. And Huang could not get the rebound away from Simbular. Now Keen. Keen has it. 50 seconds to go here in the first half. Chang guarding King. King pulls up. Oh boy, it's just automatic, isn't he? What a luxury. And now the lead goes back to 45-40. Well, Taiwan Beer had their chances to take the lead. They didn't take them. And now they're back behind by 5 points. Barkley looks off the pass. The defender rather, now Huang. And Yulon having weathered the storm, lead by 5 and can go to the break up even more, 7 or 8 points as they decide to hold on here for the last shot. been a deflating last minute and a half or so for Taiwan Beer. They've done such great work to get back into it. Now Keane puts it up, he dumps it to Bular, and he banks it in, the last points of the first half. Great execution by Keane and Bular offensively has been a real force today, catching the ball low and taking advantage. So a lot of work for that man right there, Cho Jun-san, the coach of Taiwan Beer, as he goes over in his own mind, what is it about this Yulon team that is really causing us problems? Well, it's various aspects of their play, but Taiwan Beer have spurned some opportunities themselves. They know they could have already taken the lead. You can see see the local TV crew here interviewing one of the players, Hu Kai-Chang, who came out and had a great start to the game.
他就一直鼓励我进攻，所以我就越来越有信心，然后把握上场的机会。
那前面其实 Game 1、Game 2的时候，玉龙在上半场因为第一节使用单阳，第二节使用双阳这样的一个方式调过来，但是其实上半场都还是打得比较僵持。不过今天反倒不一样，是不是有做什么样的一个调整？
我们也是都是教练的那个战术或是一些在执行，然后今天第一节可能执行大家都有做到教练要的东西，所以分数可能会稍微领先。
好，或者说有没有问的？好，那非常恭喜凯翔。那么等一下，请观众朋友先休。
Interesting. The commentator realizing who needs to get to the locker room to hear the coach. And that was the last 2 points of the first half by Bullards, 47-40 in favor of Yulon. Well, folks, we're at halftime of the SBL Finals here in Chinese Taipei, in New Taipei City, and it's been more of the same the first couple of games as the teams at the break in the changing room or the locker room. I'll just kind of recap how things have gone so far. Remember, Taiwan Beer, by virtue of having the better regular season, entered the finals with a 1-0 lead. They had the best record at the end of the first half of the season, the best record at the end of the second half. So they started with a 1-0 lead. And Yulon, meanwhile, were 16-16. And anyway, so you can see that Taiwan Beer probably considered the favorites coming into this, but Yulon have come out and won game 1, and they've won game 2, and here they are now at halftime on top. 47-40 here in Game 3. Now, if they win today, they will go into Sunday's game with a 3-1 lead. Again, because Taiwan Beer get that win by virtue of making of having that better regular season. So, folks, 47-40 is the score right now. And very shortly, I'll try to give you some statistics if you're watching. And I know that we have a big fan out there named Dinko who's enjoying the coverage. So, Dinko, very much appreciate you tuning in and watching and giving us your opinions. It's always welcome to know that the viewers are watching and enjoying themselves. 47-40 is the halftime score, and I'll go over first of all some of the statistics for Yulon. 16 points for Marcus Keene, without question. Just a dynamic point guard and one that really knows how to put the ball in the basket, just like he did while growing up in America and playing basketball at Youngstown State and also at Central Michigan, where in fact he led the NCAA in scoring one year with an average of 30 points per game. But also 8 points apiece for Sim Bular, for number 36, Lin Yi Wei, and also 8 points for, and a surprising 8 points, I think, for Hu Kai Xiang, number 12, who came out and started very well. 7 points as well for Lu Ching U. Perhaps the only disappointment would be Ching Hao coming out. Douglas Creighton, number 21, played very well yesterday. He's played 9 minutes and 20 seconds today, but has yet to score. But when you're leading by 7 points at halftime, the coach isn't going to be too unhappy with anything right now. For Taiwan Beer, Kentrell Barkley had a fast start. He's got 5 points. Hasn't really put up that many shots. He's got 3 assists as well. You've also got some contributions from Zaitsev and from Chen Chow Chow, each with 4 points. 5 points, 8 points for Huang Songhan, who got hot from 3-point range, you'll recall. And 11 points, leading all scorers, is their national team guard who comes off the bench, Huang Jin. What do you do? I mean, clearly, this Yulon team is causing a lot of problems. Keene has the ball in his hands. They've got Sim Bular. If they can get it to him on the low blocks, he's been tough to stop. But also, even when Sim Bular is not in the game, they've been able to spread the court and get some good looks for the likes of Lin shooting the basketball. So I almost wonder if it would be worth going out with a box and one and trying to get the ball out of Marcus Keene's hands. I don't think that double teaming the big fella Sim Bular is really the answer, because he seems to get his points regardless. But perhaps if you can at least neutralize or try to neutralize Marcus Keene, that might make a big difference. So we're at halftime. It's 47-40, Yulon on top of Taiwan Beer. They've got a 2-1 series lead here in the SBL Finals. And again, just as a reminder, there will be a game on Sunday regardless of what happens today, starting at the same time. So we hope that you'll join us for then as well. But I'm going to take just a little bit of a break for a couple minutes and be right back before the start of the second half. Well, we are at halftime and third quarter right about to start in about a minute and a half. 47-40 in favor of Yulon over Taiwan Beer. They lead this series 2-1. So trying to take an even bigger grip on the series. They could go up 3-1 with a win today. Game 4 actually will be played on Sunday. Remember, it's worth repeating that Taiwan Beer were awarded a victory in the SBL finals just by virtue of having the better regular season, being in first place at the end of the first half and second half of the season. So great performance so far by Yulon. There have been flashes of really good play by Taiwan Beer, but they haven't been able to sustain the great play. And you would think that this opening 5 minutes will be imperative for them to come out Marcus Keene already having a big afternoon. Just going past the 6 o'clock here, or rather in New Taipei City. Keene has been solid from the very beginning. Scored a lot of points yesterday. He's got 16 points already. Simbular, Lin, and also Hu Kai Chang also each have 8 points for Yulon. There's Keene. Control Barkley has 5 points. And second half action underway in New Taipei City. Chang passing it around. Wang has 11 points, steps in, and Ular gets the rebound and passes it over to Keene. Once again, say thank you to Dinko for listening and making some comments. Glad that you're enjoying the commentary here of the SBL Finals. There's nice or sloppy play by Simbular. 3-1 break. Barkley gets it, and the defense by Keene disrupted his shot, and Barkley will be thinking he should have made that one. Ooh, travels, passes down low. Zaitsev, good activity on defense, and gets the rebound. Already down 7, they can't fall behind any further. They know it. Barkley this time just spins and scores easily with Lin there in his way. Lin didn't offer much defense. 47-42. Lin has it, passes it back outside to Hu. Oh boy, right at the buzzer. How big is that? He has been unbelievable today. Hu, 11 points. Now Zaitsev drives, follows up the miss and goes right. Boy, that was a great finish by Zaitsev. First he had to get the rebound, then he had to go right at Simbular. Not many people will do that, but he did it and he was successful. Keene from deep, off the back of the ring. Now Zaitsev puts it on the deck, drifts in and gets it to go. Zaitsev, consecutive trips down the floor, going right at Simbular and scoring and getting it back to a 4-point lead for Yulon. Now Lu's been quiet. Backs up Chang, passes it back out to Keene. Keene drifts in and takes the bump by Huang Jin. That was Hu, and then this was the nice finish by Zaitsev. Chang goes up, The ball goes out of bounds off of Chang. And who? Well, now they're going to say the ball goes over to Taiwan Beer. So once again, you feel like Taiwan Beer knocking on the door. And what might happen if they could take the lead? Well, certainly it will bolster them with some confidence. Here's Barkley. Oh, a little bit too unselfish. Zaitsev gets it and goes up. 6 points for him. 6 consecutive points for Igor Zaitsev. I think Barkley fortunate to be able to get that to his teammate. Lin into the lane. Now out it goes. Hu again. And this time Hu misses. Barkley, open floor. He's fouled. Are they going to count it? Oh. Well, 2 shots coming for Barkley. And a chance for Taiwan Beer to tie it. This is Zaitsev. It's been his ability to put the ball in the basket here in the second half, which has been crucial. And Barkley misses the free throw. So they had a chance to pull even. Now they can get to within 1. King dribbles, gets in the paint, lays it up and in. How soft was that shot? Wong, his team down 3. King knocks it out of his hands, but is called for a foul. Well, that is a tough finish. Going with the left hand. Chang very quiet today offensively. Barkley decides to launch it and makes it. That's more like it for Kentrell Barkley. And pass to Bullard. Takes it down low. Oh, boy. Going to be tough to stop when he catches it that close to the basket. Chang wanted to ring that one up. That would have tied it, but it goes out of bounds. Well, you know what they say in sports and basketball especially, you got 2 seasons. You got the regular season, and then you got the playoffs. And right now, Yulon proving to have the better team in this season, in the playoffs, the postseason. Keane this time doesn't get it to go. Good D from Barkley. Chang, meanwhile, takes it all the way and gets it to within 1. So Taiwan Beer right there once again. And now instead of Keane handling the ball, it's Chen Hao. He puts it up, and Chen Hao misses. Chen Hao, a.k.a. Doug Creighton. And now Keane fouls Barkley. And I think this is a good timeout by Coach Lee T.E. He needs to inject a little bit of enthusiasm in his Yulon team, who have lost the initiative here. They're still leading by 1 point. Well, 54-53 is the lead for Yulon, and we are at the midpoint of the second quarter. And it's been a good 5 minutes here at the start for Taiwan Beer. What will Lee TE do? I mean, sometimes coaches will call timeouts just to stop runs, but they definitely seem to lose their concentration a little bit. Now Barkley. Chang over to Barkley for three. That's good. And now Taiwan Beer have taken the lead. And that man Barkley has been right up to the task today. Playing within himself, not forcing the issue, but that time taking the three. Bullard bulls his way down. This is a big possession here. Ching Hao gets rid of it. Over to Liu for three. Bullard coming from behind, able to keep the ball alive. And Taiwan Beer, look at Zaitsev, looks over at the ref and says, surely that was a foul. Meanwhile, a little spin cycle move and Barkley not able to get it to fall. The pace of the game picks up. Liu. Back to Bullard, who is slow getting down the court. Now Liu tries to get to Bullard. The ball bounces over to Liu. Ching Hao wide open for three. Well, they dodged a bullet. Taiwan Beer. Chang, meanwhile, wants to get down two, and he does, and he scores with a layup. Well, that just cannot happen if you're Yulon, allowing the opposing point guard to go coast to coast, but he does. Now it's a 4-point lead for Taiwan Beer. Keen steps back for three. The ball rims out. They couldn't miss early on, but now they are missing, and it's Kentrell Barkley taking it all the way, and he's fouled by Bullard. Well, the complexion of this game has changed dramatically in favor of Taiwan Beer. And Barkley has been sensational and deciding to go all the way. That was twice, in fact, for Taiwan Beer, in which they had players go basically coast to coast. And you see the smiles returning to the faces of the Taiwan Beer players. Can he convert the three-point play? No, he does not. Almost got the offensive rebound, but it's a 6-point lead for Taiwan Beer. Now this is interesting. Yulon, how are they going to approach this? They've been leading for most of the contest. Ooh. Gets it into the lane, turns, puts it up, and taking a tough shot. Now Chang. And he was fouled, I think, by Ching Hao, by Doug Creighton. Liu, meanwhile, number 72, who played so well yesterday in the fourth quarters, come into the game. And Cho Jun-san, the coach of Taiwan Beer, looking like finally we're playing up to our expectations. Look at Chang. He takes the ball all the way and passes it back out. But he was fouled. And Chang gets the ball to go, showing you why he's in that national team of Chinese Taipei. Coming up big here. He started so well yesterday, but it's taking him until really now to really come to life today. And the lead has ballooned to 8 points. Second half has been all Taiwan Beer. They were down 7 at the break. Meanwhile, Marcus Keene kind of hesitated, gets inside. Well, that's a tough assignment to guard Keene. Because if you go out, he'll go past you, which he did. Now Zaitsev open. And the offensive rebound goes to Barkley. Bullard, though, got a hand on it. And now the ball goes back to Keene, who loses it as he goes up. He's claiming that he was fouled as he went up. but it did look like it just went off his leg. Key moment in the game here. Taiwan Beer, they've done a great job of not only coming back, but taking the lead. They went up by 8, but can they press on the advantage? Barkley, 6 on the shot clock. Ooh, passed it to Chang, who gets it in and misses with a runner on the baseline. Now the pass up ahead, and who is swatted from behind? What a big play by number 11, Huang. Keen for 3. And Barkley with the board. He doesn't want to wait around. He puts it up the floor. And he just takes it all the way. Oh, but he misses it. Follows up his own miss. Nobody there to rebound for Yulon. What were they doing? Just standing around. Now the pass to Bular. He gets it right back. And end-to-end excitement here in New Taipei City with Yulon hanging around, trailing by 6 points. Now Barkley decides to hold up. Barkley over to Zaitsev. He passes to the corner. Now the handoff, Huang. Oh, Huang would have settled for that. Misses. So now Keen takes a deep breath, pulls it outside. Oh, goes back to his left. Is fouled at the line. Are they going to count it? What a play by Keen. That was the great hustle by Huang to get the block. And then that was the layup. And now the and-one for Keen. I mean, anytime you have a player like Keen on the court, it just allows you to have that kind of eases your worries. You know that you've got points that'll come from him. He can create plays, set up his teammates. He is a natural scorer, and he has cut the deficit back to 3 points. Chang to Barkley. He launches, and Zaitsev kept it alive, and Barkley ends up getting the basketball back. Passes it out to the perimeter to Chang. Final seconds ticking off the clock here at the end of the third quarter. Chang spins, has it knocked away by Keen. Chang wanted a foul. None was called. Cho Jun-san looking for some clarification, but that is indeed the end of the third quarter, and right when it looked like Yulon were in a little bit of trouble, this man comes back, Marcus Keen, and they pull to within 64-61 with 10 minutes remaining. Well, Barkley had 5 points at halftime. He's now up to 12. And that has been a big reason why they've been able to come back. Chang has 6 points and 6 for Zaitsev. I think that's right anyway. It might not be. I'll check those stats. But anyway, it's been a great comeback, outscoring Yulon 24-14 in that third quarter to overturn the 7-point deficit at halftime. And they now lead by 3 points heading to the final quarter. So Thai Beer 7 of 17 from three-point range, 6 of 16 for Yulon. Yulon a perfect 5 of 5 at the free throw line, 3 of 5. 3 of 5 for the opposition. 30 rebounds in all to 28, so that's pretty even. 30 for Taiwan Beer. Okay, fourth quarter action underway here in New Taipei City. It's Taiwan Beer with a 3-point lead. Ball turned over on that first possession. And the foul called. Foul called on Cho Ho Chin. Now the shot from right, no good from Huang. And they kept it alive. Keane not able to save it before it goes out of bounds. He's helped up by the Taiwan Beer bench. Well, Huang missed the shot, but then he forced the turnover. So another chance here for Taiwan Beer. And taking the long jump shot, number 27, Huang Haoji. And the ball goes back over to Yulon, who trailed by 3 points. And we do have a 2-1 lead in the finals. Game 4, next game will be on Sunday. Chen Hao puts it up inside the arc and pulls his team within one. That's his first basket of the day. Doug Creighton. Now they pass it around. And Taiwan Beer, huge possession, driving in. Oh, that was a big play for Huang Song Han, maybe, other than Barkley, the most valuable player of this team today. He's been solid. Team with the pass over to Lin, who gets in the lane, now shares it over to Cho, who goes up and takes a very difficult shot. The ball goes out of bounds off of Lee. This was Chen Hao's first points. Huang passes it over to Barkley. 6 on the shot clock. Barkley gets into the lane, passes it back to Huang. Just a step behind the, oh, he banks it in. The bank is open. Took that shot from right behind the free throw line and takes it up to a 69-63 lead. Well, maybe Taiwan Beer are going to weather the storm. And now push called on Taiwan Beer. Remember, they had the best team during the regular season, Taiwan Beer, but they have lost both of the games that have been played in the SBL finals here to Yulon. But because of that great regular season, they were awarded a victory before the start of the finals. Now the dump, and oh no, it wasn't gotten. Huang was there for the steal. And the handoff to Huang. And Barkley there for the offensive rebound and put back, and he misses it, but then he gets it back again and scores. 8 points. 7 points, excuse me, the lead. Now Keane has the ball hit by Barkley. Now Barkley comes up with a steal. Is in the open floor. He's going to go all the way. Lays it up and in. Taiwan Beer now with their biggest lead of the game, 72-63. And this is the Taiwan Beer that we had expected to see before the SBL Finals. Look at Barkley. The hustle, misses the first put back, and then he gets it back again and puts it up and in. (72-63), you just really never know. Seemed like this Yulon team had everything in hand. And they have come back. Symbol are back in the game. Immediately go down to him, and it doesn't pay dividends. He misses, but now, fortunately for Yulon, they have forced a turnover, and now they get it quickly over to Chen Hao. You can see they're trying to play faster, and the faster attack, over to Liu, and he scores. Got confused by the headbands, and Liu's basket cuts it back to a 7-point deficit. Now sitting back into 2-3 zone. Yulon, Chang, the bounce pass to Zaitsev, and Sim Bular didn't even go up to challenge him. And now the foul out on the perimeter with 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. Saw Liu score this, but the same thing happened yesterday. We saw Keane take a seat in the fourth quarter, and his team was able to play well enough to be in a formidable position, and now turning the basketball over with the charge called on Sim Bular. Kind of lowered the shoulder. He certainly was hacked along the way, but he was guilty of committing the charge before getting fouled. Chang, his pass, gets it back. Chang at the line. Oh, it's good. Chang with the jump shot right at the free throw line. And now they go up by 11 points. And now the pass stolen by Huang. He hands it off to Chang. And he hands it back off to Wang, who's been sensational today. 13 points, the lead for Taiwan Beer, and now reviving those title hopes that looked to be almost dead in the water. Things were so bad early on in this game. But they have continued to play hard. And they've played well, and Sim Bular, great effort by him to finally be able to score with the putback. One of the Chang baskets, and then to Huang. Huang after the steal on the fast break. Chang Over to Huang for three. Another one. Boy, talk about MVP caliber performance from Huang here. The national team player of Chinese Taipei has been terrific. Liu puts it up, and that's not going to fall. Well, they fell early on for Yulon, but right now the ball is not going down. And look at what we have here, folks. An 81-67 lead for Taiwan Beer with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. And Keen is on the bench. Huang for three. Unbelievable. What a turnaround in the game. What a turnaround. Taiwan Beer, trailing by 7 points at halftime, have turned the game on its head here in the second half, and especially the fourth quarter. They've gone up by 17 points. That is a 24-point turnaround since halftime. Oh, confidence, such an important part of this game. And look at that bench. You can see now that they've got the wind in their sails. They're playing so much more confidently. And Coach Lee T.E., I think, knows it's going to take something extraordinary now for his team to get back in this game. So very likely the series almost certainly to be knotted at 2-2 when the next game is played on Sunday. Keen has had a seat. Now he comes back into the game. I dare say he's going to be putting up some three-pointers here late to try to get his team quickly back into the game over the final 4 minutes. But again, it's going to take something special. Keen goes off 1 foot and scores and cuts it back to a 15-point deficit. Chang drives in, scores with the left hand. Now Keen for three. Yep, just as I expected. He launches it and he drills it. Well, back to a 14-point deficit. The clock, though, is the enemy. Less than 3.5 minutes remaining. Down by 14. Zaitsev going to work down low. That was the previous trip down the floor when Chang scored. Lin goes out. Chang inbounds the ball to Huang. Probably the best player in the second half. Certainly in the fourth quarter. Chang. Zaitsev with the rebound over Cho. Nope. The ball remains with Taiwan Beer, though. Huge rebound. Allows him to take some more time off the clock. Zaitsev gets it down low. Oh, strong move and scoring with the left hand. Well, he is left-handed. Actually, I'm not sure if he is. There's Liu driving in, getting the two right back. But only 2.5 minutes now remain in this game here in New Taipei City. So Taiwan Beer, having faced a lot of problems, not only the scoreboard, but mentally were able to fight through the adversity and come back from a 7-point deficit at halftime to lead by as many as 17 here in the second half. Another offensive rebound for Zaitsev. Simbula, remember, out of the game. So that hurts the rebounding capacity of this Yulon team. Keen upset. He knows that they've let an opportunity slip away here today. Yulon will try to create some havoc on defense here, maybe try to force some turnovers. And they almost get one. Huang, well, certainly allowing them to play. Not calling a foul, but they do force the turnover with 1:55 remaining. Chang goes out, slaps some skin with his teammates. Huang guarding out on the perimeter. The ball goes out of bounds. Lee TE over on the sidelines. How did this one get away? Well, Barkley was pretty good from start to finish. Only had a couple of possessions where he wasn't at his best. He's been great, and so has Huang today. And really, this Taiwan beer team, you have to salute them. They were not going to fold up their tent and go home. They have battled back to really give themselves a chance, and driving in and scoring is Huang Honghan to take it up to a 90-74 lead. Now the drive and the miss from Liu. And another miss, and the rebound by Po Chun. And Barkley has it. So celebrations underway here with Taiwan Beer Club turning around a big deficit at halftime. Well, a 7-point deficit to take the big lead. And now they're on top 90-74 and closing in on a very important win that is going to make this SBL series, the 17th SBL Finals, very interesting with 3 games still remaining. And Barkley, instead of dunking it, is just going to go up a little bit of old school and lay it up and in. And now Barkley reaches around, comes to steal, and Huang goes up. Well, they don't like dunking, do they? 94-74. So Barkley commits a foul, so he can get out of the game, and some reserves will come into the game. So good job by Barkley today. A smile has returned to his face. ETE not exactly enamored, I think, with how the game is finishing. Liu from downtown, and they'll probably cross midcourt and then just hold on to it unless, no, they're going to keep playing because Yulon is still playing. No, he's going to pull it up instead. So that'll be it, folks. Great comeback win today for Taiwan Beer. They were in a lot of trouble. They were down 7 points at halftime, but they're going to walk off the floor with a 94-74 win that is going to even the series with Yulon at 2 games apiece. So looks of what might have been and what have we done by not pressing home the advantage all over the faces of Yulon. Meanwhile, for Taiwan Beer, the smiles have returned. You can see 24-14, they outscored Yulon in the third quarter, and then a whopping 30-13 in the fourth. They win it 94-74. So we'll be right back with you again on Sunday for the next game in this thrilling 17th SBL Final Series. We want to thank you for joining us. Congratulations to Taiwan Beer and Coach Cho Jun-san and his team for coming out and getting a richly deserved win. And I'll try to go through some of the totals for you real quickly. Okay, I'm not going to go over those totals.
我们在第3节有就是改变防守的强度，然后主要是有 有把握住他们没进的时候，我们的反快攻，然后我们有效的得分，然后让他们没办法就是快速的攻击这样子。
那讲一下前面2场比赛，台啤好像打的都有一点相对犹豫啊。周志山教练在访问的时候其实也讲到，好像有点卡卡的。那这场比赛做了什么样的一个调整？两场，第3场跟前面2场有什么样的差别？
我觉得我们球员就是因为上下半季都封王嘛，然后就是我是觉得我们太想要就是拿到冠军这个心态，可是我们就是做的事就是有点得失心有点重，就是太急着想要完成这件事情，可是我们却忘了我们自己的节奏。主要是这2场他们前2场他们命中率真的比我们高，那我们这场我们在防守上也做得很好，然后命中率今天一定是比他们高的，所以我们今天这场拿下了胜利。
好，那
恭喜黄正，
恭喜黄正，好，谢谢黄正接受我们。
So the words of Huang, not sure what they meant, but I'm pretty sure we've got to stay together as a team, and we know it's a long series. We've evened it, but we've got a lot of work to do. He had the 16 points and some big shots for his team. And just in terms of numbers, I'll tell you that this team was 9 of 22 from three-point range, 32 of 61 inside the arc, 7 of 19 from deep. For Yulon, they were 24 of 45 inside the arc. And in terms of rebounding, 39 to 32, the advantage goes to Taiwan Beer. They had 16 offensive rebounds, 23 on the defensive end. They had more assists, 20 to 13. They had 5 more steals. And I'll tell you what, you look at the problem, 23 turnovers in all for Yulon, and that contributed to their demise in the second half. So we are all square at 2 apiece, 94-74. Taiwan Beer will win it, and we will be with you again on Sunday. Same bat time, same bat channels. Thanks for watching, everybody.